Yeah.
Now, you came here as single. What are the challenges about life as a single person in America? Kidogo tu, turudi nyuma kidogo tu, then we start today's show.
Yeah, I think, well, there's a lot of challenges because first you're moving to a new country. And like me, I was a very social guy. Like I love talking to people. I love having friends. So moving here when you're not married, so first you don't have friends. So you have to start making friends, and it's very difficult to make friends because there's that culture shock because people are not as free as back home because people are busy with their jobs, so you don't get a chance to meet a lot of people of your age. So the only place you can meet people is, social gatherings like in churches. When you go in a Kenyan setup, we have something going on there. So that's the only places that you can meet people. And of course, approaching a person when you're new, it's very difficult. So it's quite difficult making friends. And but when you do, it's very special because there's a lot of young people here in America, a lot of them. So my advice is just come here, make as many friends as you can, and you can find somebody. It doesn't have to be Kenyan, by the way. You can choose from anybody. So yeah.
Wonderful. Now you just hinted that you're planning to get married soon, right? So can you tell us, is it anybody from America, or maybe you went back home and you did your things? Maybe you can give someone. Yesterday we had a guy, he was so depressed, asking, whenever I hang out, I meet married men and women. I don't meet young people. He's been here for 3 years. So he was like, can you tell me where I can meet these people? The loneliness is killing me.
Well, I think first you have to be intentional about everything you're doing, and you need to have a goal and what you need to do, because don't just hang out with the older people. Of course, they will give you a lot of good advice, but if you're young and you're just hanging around with the old people, you won't get a wife. So it's also good to interact with people of your age. Just do some research and know where are these people, where are they found. If you're not somebody who drinks or goes out to drink, you can find people there. But if you're a guy who is, you don't party, you can go to churches, you can go to events, you can find people there. So so I think it's easy. So for me, I had maybe a plan of going back home and import. Is it exporting or importing?
You import.
You import. But let me tell you something. Of course, I know a lot of people back home, but I'll be very, very straight here. You can go home and find somebody who is very good, bring them over here, and they'll make a very good wife. You can still find somebody here, make them a wife, and they'll be a very good wife.
Yeah.
The vice versa. There's also the vice versa, because you can go back home, get somebody, and they come and change completely when they come to America. You can also get married here, and also, it won't survive. So it's God. Let me just put it that way. You just pray to God to just direct your paths, direct you, and show you the right woman for you. But for me and a long distance relationship, I said no, because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience, and you don't have that time together to grow to know this person. So I was like, no, let me be intentional and find somebody from here. So that's what I did.
Wow, so you can get anybody from anywhere.
Yeah, you can
get a good spouse.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a Kenyan, love Love is not like based on regions or wherever. Love is universal and you can find it anywhere. So yeah, just be intentional.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now let's come to today's topic: jobs, stroke careers in America for the new immigrants.
Yeah.
Before you come to America, you are not sleeping back home. You are doing some hustles here and there.
Yeah, a lot.
And then when you came here, maybe you changed, you found things here different. What are these things? Okay, what were you doing back home? And then, is it the same thing that you are still doing here, or you changed?
So back home, I had just, before applying, I had just graduated with a diploma in occupational therapy. So I used to be a student at Nairobi KMTC. I know most people know it. And before that, I had done a diploma in organic farming. So I had done 2 diplomas. So I was working as an occupational therapist. I worked a little bit in a private establishment, helping children, and then I started my own practice. So that was, I started seeing I had my own clients that I was seeing. So before I won. So I was well established. I had started being established in Kenya, and then boom, there comes the green card. And I was like, oh, wow, things are getting better. And so I moved here in 2018. And from the back of my mind, I was like, okay, wow, I'm moving to the US. So I was calculating how much occupational therapists, I was researching how much they earn per hour. And I was like, oh my God, $40, $50 an hour. I'll become a millionaire the moment I step into the US. So I was very hopeful, and I was like, oh, I'm going. I can't wait to reach there. Yeah, so that's what I was doing. I was an occupational therapist before coming back here. Before coming to the US.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
And now, are you still practicing PT, or OT,
No.
occupational therapy, OT? Are you still doing it, or
Unfortunately, naiona view sasa sahizi, because now for most of the countries around the world, if you are a new immigrant, you cannot just go and start working. There's some steps you have to follow. Of course, if you had a visa, if you had a work visa and you had all the paperwork, or somebody is just moving for work, you can just go direct and start working. But if you're just a permanent resident, now you'll be staying there. You are like almost a citizen, like there are some processes you have to follow. So when I came here, I started applying for jobs as an occupational therapist. I sent my resume, I sent everything, and I received calls actually. So I was posting my resume at Indeed.com. And the one day I received a call, hey, Pharrell, we saw your resume. Wow, that's great. Because I had previously gone to Europe, to Sweden.
Yes.
For my practice. So they were like, wow, you have some experience. So the next question popped out. Are you registered? Are you licensed to practice in the US? Oh my God, I say no. So they said, when you get licensed, just call us. We'll have a job for you. Yeah. So that is to say, I'm not practicing right now, but I'm in the process of getting there. How? I went back to school. So I already finished my prerequisites, and then I'm a join the program, masters, so that, because that is the minimum requirement to do the master, so that I can get a license and then start working as an occupational therapist. So now I don't work as a OT.
For the last 4 years since
for the last 3 years, because this is my 4th year. Yeah.
OT unaionea view sasa.
Unaionea view sasa, but sijasahau.
But you're working on it.
I'm working on it.
Wonderful.
And also, I'm sorry, I'm also working on some other things. Maybe we'll talk about them later on. Yeah, America is a land of opportunities. You don't have to just be in one bucket. You can do some other things. Yeah.
Oh yes, more opportunities are here.